Hello trader, welcome back to this new weekly market outlook video where we prepare for the upcoming week. I will share today with you the levels I will look for and my plans for this week on the major, specifically on the major dollar pairs and some commodities instruments. So let's start with the calendar, economic calendar on Forex Factory. So what do we have for the upcoming week? On Monday, by the way, is a bank holiday on Monday in United States. I think it's Martin Luther King Day. So future will be, for those of you who trade future or indices, will be closed on Monday. So we have interesting news on dollar CAD. This is CPI inflation data. I will keep my eyes on it on Monday. And then we have Tuesday. The most important data will be the claimant count change. This is jobs data on pounds. This is job data, claimant count change. I will keep my eye on it. We also have the average earning, yes, the unemployment rate. Interesting. So remember, last week we have a good number on specific on manufacturing production, on industrial production, on GBP. I think if we go back last week, we could see. I think it was Thursday. You see, we have pretty much a good number last week on manufacturing production. On GDP, we have a good number on GBP. Could we see the pound getting some strength this week? This is the question we could ask ourselves. So let's see. Let's go back to the following week. So I will keep my eye on this data, claimant count change, the average earning, yes, the unemployment rate on GBP, the speech from government body, but we don't really pay attention of that. Next, on Wednesday, we have CPI inflation data. This week will be an interesting week. I think we have pretty much major news. We have red folder pretty much every day. So we will have CPI data. I will keep my eye on it in the morning, 8 a.m. Next, we have President Trump speak. What does he want to talk about? Due to speaker, just a speech on World Economic Forum annuals. I don't know why they put it in red, but we will see. Hope he doesn't speak stupid stupid thing that could be impact the market. So we will see. We have penny homes sales. What do we have? Thursday, yes, we have jobs data in Australian. We have jobs data on Australian dollar, which will be interesting to keep an eye on it. Then we will have final GDP, important. The core PCA price, this is important also. The usual unemployment claim for sure. I will keep my eye also on natural gas because I will show you in a minute in this video why I'm looking for demand on natural gas to get in the trade in the following month or weeks. If we get it, I will show you in the video. We have the usual crude oil inventory. Keep an eye on it. The NZD inflation on New Zealand on Kiwi dollar, important. This is interesting. We have a lot of inflation data this week, I think. And the Friday we also have PMI on Aussie, important. We have, yes, the interest rate of from Bank of Japan, which will be very, very interesting for all Japanese yen pairs. So this will be important. But I think I will not touch any Japanese yen pair until Friday. I think because this is a major news. We don't know how the Bank of Japan will react. Does it want to keep hiking interest rate, or we don't know what they want to do. So important stuff. We also have retail sales on pounds. Interesting. PMI on euro. We also have PMI on GB. Yes, PMI on US dollar. Okay. Overall, this will be an interesting week with a lot of volatility because we have a lot of red folder. So some people will like this kind of weeks. Other people don't. But for me, I like volatility. When the market is volatile, this is where I have a lot of opportunities. Okay, let's go back to the chart and let's start analyze the DXY. So DXY on monthly, we still have this channel. We still have the DXY distributing between this channel. We also see we touch third time the bottom of this channel. You can see. So price is holding right now. Price is starting by this demand, monthly demand zone. This is why price is starting here. So let's go to the weekly. In weekly, what do we have? We have this order flow monthly. I have been following the from the beginning. We I caught some opportunities last week with this direction of the dollar. I'm still bullish on dollar with based on what I explained in my last video. So I don't want to come again explain it, but I am bullish for since the last week, and this week I will be bullish. And then what do we have? We have this order flow weekly. You can see this is my order flow weekly. In daily time frame, what do we have? We still have the shift. You can see from lower low, lower high, lower low, a new higher high forming. We have already break this demand, this supply. We already break this supply. You can see price just break and close above this supply. This is a good sign of bullishness. So what am I looking for? I'm looking on the buy side. I'm looking to target this highs until this supply zone. Okay. On the sell side, let's go down to the 4 hour. What do we see in 4 hour? I have a channel. I also have a order flow. 4 hour, you can see high, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, new higher high, break this previous high. This is my order flow. You can see. Let me delete that. So this represents the origin of my 4 hour order flow. So from that, I'm bullish on USD. We could also have in the beginning of the week some retracement around this level on sell side before going higher. This is the first plane. The second plane scenario will be a little bit drop further around this level and a push to the upside. Okay, excuse me. So that's my plan. I'm bullish on DXY for the next week. Okay, so so I have my daily order flow bullish, my 4 hour order flow bullish. I also have, if we zoom out, my weekly order flow bullish. You see, so all my 3 time frame order flow are aligned at the same direction. I am bullish for sure. The next one is USD. In USD, I still have my monthly order flow bullish. You see, we have this level, as I said, this order block. Oh, excuse me. We have this order block, which is holding price in this premium level. You see, so we also can see it clearly on the line chart. I like to use the line chart to, if you have difficulties or to see the real volume, you can use line chart to spot the order block. You can see this is where we have the volume. So let's go down to the weekly. On weekly, where is the my order flow? This is my order flow weekly. So from this low to this high, but this is specific here because I think this the origin of this move weekly order flow is not very strong. I explained that in my last video. Why do I think that? Because we doesn't close. We see this move. We break this. We didn't break this high. I will consider breaking this high if we see a close above this high. I explained it in my last video. So that's why I'm not so confident to think that this low is really strong. So I think I could be wrong, but I think price will run at some point this low because this is a weak low. We didn't close this. This is the origin of this move. So this low is the origin of this move, and this move we didn't break above this high. So for me, from my experience, this low is weak, and we could have a possibility to run this low. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. So, but right now, my order flow weekly is still bullish. We are retracing one time, we rebounds, but we didn't break this high. So we are currently, I can say my weekly is ranging. My weekly order flow, we don't have we don't have a really strong weekly order flow. This is ranging because we didn't form a new higher high. Okay. So we see last week we reject this point of control of last year is a strong zone. We just reject this last year and last week, excuse me. We just reject last week. So let's go down to the daily. What do we see in daily? We took short last week. Remember, if you see my last video, the trade breakdown, the trade I break down. So you see I caught some trade on sell side on Euro USD. So my daily order flow is still bearish. You can see this is my daily order flow. I mark up here. I'm bearish. my sell side for the next week, I'm targeting this level, and maybe this will be my max target for the week. Okay, so let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour, you can see my order flow. My order flow is distributing right now between this channel. You can see. So I am expecting some. Let me grab my Fibonacci tools from this 4 hour order flow to this low. I expect something like a return. I want to see a return around the premium zone to get a better price and maybe sell again the market. Okay, that's my ideal scenario on EURUSD. The other scenario is maybe Euro USD US dollar is so strong that we get directly drop and maybe a retracement and then a new drop. In any case, I'm bearish on Euro USD because I am bullish on DXY. And other things is we have an interesting news. Let's go back to the calendar, the Forex Factory. In news, we have this. Trump says he said he want to annex the Greenland, and in the other side we have Europe and NATO members won't let him do that. So Trump will reply recently again with tariff. We know that's we know that's how it is his problem. So all this geopolitical tension can impact the forex market. So we need to be careful when we trade certain currencies like euro, which will be clearly affected by this new tariff increase. So, for example, I will not be surprised if if we get a huge gap on euro USD at the opening markets because of that. So I will keep my eye on this evolution of the situation in Greenland. Okay, but for my plan, as I said, I'm bearish on euro USD. I'm looking, as I said, this level on the sell side as my target for the week. Okay, on the buy side, I will looking to price to retrace around this zone. Let me zoom in. We have the point of control of last week, and we also have the point of control of last year. We also see an imbalance, but right now this imbalance is not in premium zone. I want to see price reach the premium zone and then take a shot. Otherwise, I just need price to drop a little bit lower and then retrace around this imbalance to make that imbalance in premium zone. So you get what I'm saying. So that's my plan for USD for this week. So the next one is GBPUSD. GBPUSD is the same. I'm bearish on GBPUSD. You can see we have the weekly order flow. In my weekly order flow, we can see if I take my Fibonacci tools from this low to this high, price is still in premium zone. So we have so much room to drop. Excuse me. We have so much room. Let me zoom in. We have so much room. Price is right here, right there. We have so much room to drop at the 50%. So when price is in premium on my weekly order flow, I'm looking to sell at least around this level, the 38% of Fibonacci. We also have in the sell side, we are in monthly. We also have this level as my sell side target, but this is my daily order flow. So I like to, as I said, I like to follow the daily order flow to find my bias. So I'm very straight bearish. So this will be in the sell side my first target, and eventually the beginning of this imbalance. You can see. Let me zoom it. You can see it clearly. You have this imbalance. Okay. So in the daily, what do we have in daily? Let me zoom in. In daily, yeah, we have. Let me grab my Fibonacci from this daily order flow high to this low. We can see price is leaving the premium zone. See, so I'm looking to sell this market because price is leaving the premium zone, and we have the daily order flow bearish. We have the 4 hour order flow bearish. So I have my daily and my 4 hour order flow aligned in the same direction. So for me, I am bearish. At least my first target around this level, and my second target will be this imbalance zone. Okay, so that's my target. So I expect, for example, a return from this 4 hour order flow around this point of control from the last week. It's pretty much the same setup from last week. I call this trade setup on Euro USD and the same setup on GBP USD, so we get some profit. And I explained my trade breakdown, so I do not want to hold price to this zone because of the news. So I was very, very cautious, and plus the fact that I'm trading a live small account. So, but it doesn't matter because if we keep going lower, I will had some trade in the same direction. Okay, so my plan is waiting price to retest this imbalance and going lower. If price decide to go to retrace even higher, I will wait price around this point of control and then short it to the downside. The third possibility is price decide to drop directly to this zone. Okay, so that's my plan on GBPUSD. I'm bearish. The next dollar pair is AUD/USD. So AUD on monthly, what do we have? I have this has my monthly order flow. You can see this is my monthly order flow. I have, let me put my arrow there, my monthly order flow. You see, so we are retracing from this high to this low. Price is currently, let me get rid of that. Price is currently in premium zone, so we could see a little bit of sell-off to this pair. Okay, so let's go to the weekly. Let me get rid of that. In weekly, up, what do I have in weekly? I have this as my weekly order flow. You can see this is my weekly order flow. My weekly order flow is bullish, but I think there is a possibility we start to retrace. I think there is a possibility we start to retrace either the weekly order flow. You can see we could see a retrace around the discount zone, or we could start to retrace the daily order flow. So my daily order flow is here. See, this is my daily order flow from this high to this low. This is my daily order flow. So from this high to this, from this low to this high, price is already around, is hovering around the 50% of daily order flow. So we have the dollar, which is bullish, but we also have fundamentally the AUD, Australian dollar, which is also bullish. This is interesting. That's why we can see a lot of range here between this supply and this demand zone. You can see because AUD is strong. Also, the DXY, the dollar, the US dollar is also strong. When two currency are strong, we could see a range like that. So that's why I didn't trade AUD USD last week, because we still in we still have a 4 hour. As long as we don't break this 4 hour zone, we still have a bullish sentiment here, even though the US dollar is strong. So I think I will stay away for a moment from this pair, and let's see what's happened on this week. Okay. All right. The next one is NZDUSD. I think it's the same stuff as AUDUSD, because Aussie and Kiwi have pretty much the same economy, so they move pretty much the same. So in NZD, this is my monthly order flow. So from this high to this low, we already retraced around the premium. So we had see a sell-off of price. So let's go down to the weekly. On the weekly, what do we have in weekly? Let me get rid of that. We have this point of control, which is holding price. This will be my weekly order flow. Weekly is bullish, but let's go down to the daily. It's a little bit rangy, I think, but yeah, it's more clear on weekly. On daily, excuse me. On daily, we have a daily order flow. You can see lower, higher high. We break this low, forming a new lower low. So this is my daily order flow. Okay. Could we see a retrace of this daily order flow? We almost tapped the 50%. Let me adjust my let me adjust like that. Yeah, we pretty much tap the 50%. You can see we already tap here, so maybe we could see a new sell-off, another sell-off of the market. So this pair, I'm not so sure right now for my plan, but I want to respect the daily order flow, so I will look for sell on the sell side around this zone and maybe reach this zone at the end of the week. Okay, this is my plan on NZD. Let's go down to the 4 hour. In 4 hour, what do we have? Yeah, we have the, you can see we have the 4 hour order flow. 4 hour already retrace in premium. See, we have a huge sell-off, not a huge, a big sell-off. Price starting in this little demand zone, and we're pretty much ranging right now. So I don't really have. All I want to see is maybe a break of this low. something like that. Let me illustrate you something like that. A strong break of this low, a retest around the point of control of last year, and then maybe I will position myself to sell again this market. So we can see between NZD and AUD, NZD is a little bit weaker than AUD. So that's why we can see a daily order flow in NZDUSD compared to the AUD, where we still have a daily order flow. So you see, so that means AUD is strong right now. NZD is weak because we already have a daily order flow. So I like to compare those pair, and that gave me another idea to choose a better pair to trade. So that's my plan for NZDUSD. But again, I need to see a break of this low to really inside trade, or maybe a little push. Let me grab a little push around this level, and maybe a new short of this market with a little bit expansion of the channel and a reintegration of the channel. So these things could happen every time, you see. So that's my plan for NZDUSD. The next one is USDJPY. So USDJPY, we are bullish on monthly. Let me mark up. This is my monthly order flow. We are bullish. We already retrace. If I take from this low to this high, we already retrace. We rebound twice on this discount zone. So we're still bullish on monthly. Let me zoom it. Let's go down to the weekly. On weekly, what do we have? We pretty much have a weekly order flow here, because we pretty much, do we break this low? Let me, or we didn't fully break this low. That's a little bit, it's the same situation as I said on, I think is on GBPUSD. This low is not convincing me. We didn't break this low fully. We didn't have a break. Let me show you. We didn't have a break closure below this low. So the origin of this move from this high to this low, we didn't close it. So that makes me feel that this high is not strong enough. So I will not be surprised if we run first this high before a huge drop to the downside. And remember, we have the Bank of Japan, which will release the new interest rate on Japanese yen this Friday, I believe. So I will pay attention of what will happen on yen pairs. Okay. So in daily, if we keep continue analyzing the USDJPY, this is my order flow daily. So I have this as my order flow daily. Maybe expect a little retracement there and a new higher high forming. But as I said, I will keep my hands off this chart, off the Japanese yen pairs until we get the interest rate release on Friday. So, but for those of you who want to trade USDJPY, you can trade it at the beginning. I think it's better to trade at the beginning of the week. But right now, I don't see any right setup. But let's go down to the 4-hour. Yeah, I still have my 4-hour order flow here. You can see this is my 4-hour order flow. Ooh, maybe we are going to retrace the daily order flow. Maybe a drop of price around, yeah, this discount zone will be the next move on this week. But as I said, I will wait until we get the interest rate on Friday before taking a move on this pair USDJPY. Okay, so that's my plan on USDJPY. The next one is USDCAD. So USDCAD in monthly, what do we have? I have my monthly order flow is bullish. You can see monthly order flow is bullish. My weekly order flow, see, from this higher low, higher high, I am bullish. I have a weekly order flow bullish. We already test one time. I don't think we test, well, we don't test the second time here, but yeah, we can see we test one time. We have this point of control from the last year, which is a powerful zone to watch out. So let's go down to the daily. This is my daily order flow because we break this low. So this is my daily order flow. So this is a little bit contradictive because I have my weekly bullish order flow. I have my daily, which is bearish order flow. So I think I want to get. I think the order flow weekly is superior to the daily order flow because it's about time frame. The bigger the time frame is, the bigger the movement is. So I think I will follow the weekly order flow. So I'm bullish on USDCAD, but with a little bit cautious. I will be so cautious. So if, for example, this is my daily order flow, if we break this daily in the future, maybe we could realign our daily order flow with the weekly order flow. That will give us a strong move to the upside. But right now, as long as this daily order flow is bearish, all I want to see is price came at least on this supply to start shorting this trade again. But right now, let's go down to the 4 hour. What do we have in 4 hour? In 4 hour, we have this point of control last here. We have a demand. You can see we have a demand here. So, and the fact that the weekly we closed bullish on last week, on the two last week we closed bullish, we pretty much at a zone, a weekly imbalance. So I will see. I will see. I am a little bit confused on this price action. That's happened sometime when your order flow time frame don't align. So the better way is to stay away of the market and wait for a better price action to deliver. Okay. So on this one, I don't really have a bias on USDCAD. Maybe I will wait price to come down on this demand and start buying at least around this zone. Maybe this the resistance on from this I believe the monthly imbalance, the weekly imbalance, I think, right, this okay. So in USDCAD, this will be my unique plan. I'm bullish but not too bullish, at least around my target will be on buy side this level, maybe this, but this seems like is a bit ambitious, but we will see. On the sell side, I have this level on this demand zone. Okay, that's my kind of a plan on USDCAD. All right, the next one is USDCHF. So USDCHF, as I said in my last weekly forecast, weekly market outlook, we currently sitting on a demand zone. We have a demand zone here. Let me show you. I think it is in daily. So where it is, where there we go. Yeah, we have a demand zone. You can see a strong move breaking structure to the upside, leaving a gap behind. This is a strong move. This is a demand zone which is holding price currently right now on USDCHF. So what happened in September 2011. It's crazy because it was happening, I believe, around the World Trade Center drama in United States. Yeah, rest in peace to these people. So anyway, let's go back. So we have this daily demand which is holding price right now. So that's why I take a trade last week on USDCHF, a good trade. I close around here. I explain it in my trade breakdown video. So here, this is my daily order flow. Let me picture that. I have this low, this higher, this low, and we didn't break this high or form a new lower low. So price is currently ranging around this high and this low. So, but as long as we are holding this demand, because we have a daily demand in control, this zone, this blue zone is a daily demand which is in control. As long as this demand is controlled, I'm looking to buy, at least taking this high in the buy side, and eventually this highs reaching this imbalance zone. Okay, so let's go down to the 4 hour. 4 hour, we have this channel forming right now where its price is distributing right now. So I have my 4 hour order flow. I will try to follow this next week. Then we have this point of control from the last week. So my plan, we also have a demand, a supply zone here, you can see. So for me, I don't really have a plan. So USDCHF, I think I will stay away. I already took my trade here last week. I closed around here. So let's price develop on this pair and see what's going on after. Maybe we could reach this supply zone and get it set off. I don't know, but I prefer other pairs like GBPUSD on EURUSD to trade. But this one, I think I will stay away for this week. I already take my profit last week, so the next one is gold. So gold is obvious we are still bullish. So I have my weekly order flow here. I have my daily order flow. You can see this is my daily order flow bullish also. And then in 4 hour, I still have my 4 hour order flow bullish. So it's pretty simple. It's buy on gold since the beginning of this instrument. This instrument is, I'm not, I would say I'm not very comfortable to sell when we have a downtrend on gold. I prefer to wait price return around the demands on oil, a very, very discount price to start buying gold again. So I'm not also very comfortable when price is at all-time high. You see, we are actually in all-time right, all-time high. So all I'm waiting in gold right now is a return around this demand zone somewhere here, get a signal and buy the gold again. So this is my only signal. This is my only plan on gold right now. So waiting price to give me a discount price to to start to buy it again. We also have a point of control from the last week. We pay attention to this zone. Maybe the other possibility is we break this point of control, maintain above this point of control and start to buy. But as I said, we are price is currently at all-time high. I don't want to. I'm not comfortable to take a trade right there. So I prefer to wait price around discount price to take it. So that's it for gold. The next one is silver for commodities. Is the same as gold. Very, very bullish. Gold and silver continue to be a monster trade beast as always. Not always, as the last year. So we keep going. Daily order flow bullish. 4 hour order flow bullish. So the same plan as the gold. I'm waiting price. Give me a discount price to start to buy again gold. I'm not trading around this all-time high. So that's my plan. So and in other way we have this channel. So I would like to see a discount price to buy silver again. But for this week we will see. Okay. The next one is the US oil. So US oil, interesting, not very interesting because we had last week we have the data on crude oil inventories, which comes out pretty bad. We don't have demand, so I am waiting demand, some demand. I want to see, for example, successive demand, successive weeks in a row of demand to start really, really buy US oil again. So the next release doesn't comfort me to take my entry on US oil. We can see we this is my, by the way, this is my monthly order flow. I already explained it in my last video. We see we retrace, we are actually in discount zone, so we can allow ourselves to buy oil because we are in a cheap price around this imbalance. You can see this imbalance right now is holding price. So that's it on monthly. Go to the weekly. So this is my weekly order flow. So my weekly order flow, as I explained, I'm waiting. I would like to see price return retrace around the 50% around this zone, pretty much. So could we get it in this week or the next following? I don't really know because of the bad news of we have a lack of demand right now. So I'm a little bit cautious and nervous about taking a buy right now on US oil. So let's go down to the daily. But interesting thing, we in daily we have a shift of structure. You can see we break this, pretty much break, we close above this high. So for me, expecting a return around this discount zone, maybe take a long bet. I need to see a demand, some demand coming on the next news we have. If we go back to Forex Factory, this week, where is the crude oil? We have natural storage gear. Yeah, this, I want to see this on Thursday. If we get not, if we get some good number on inventory, so less than expected on inventory, so maybe I will start buy again US oil. So until that, I'm a little bit nervous to buy because the last week we don't have a good number on crude oil inventory. So by the way, but at the meantime, I have my daily order flow bullish. My daily and 4 hour is bullish, but yeah, we have some demand right there. We also have a demand right there. So maybe with price to rebound around these demand zone to take a buy. But I want to say, as I said, I want to say some demand in economic news. Okay. And the last one is natural gas. As I said in the beginning of my channel, I have my highs on natural gas for a swing position, but all I am waiting for is successive weeks demand in the row. So you can see the last week we didn't have a good demand of on US natural gas. So for me, I just need that to start buying natural gas for. But technically, we have the order flow is weekly is bullish. You can see we are distributing around this channel right now. We are in demand zone. You can see price is currently sitting in this demand zone. As long as we don't break this low, I'm looking to buy the natural gas. So an interesting thing, we TradingView build up new tools, which is called I think seasonal tools. If I get the table view, we can see, let me show the average performance. For example, for the, let's see the last 5 years performance, we could see, we can see we have a negative average performance on January, usually for natural gas. So usually natural gas is not performing well on January. So we have some demand coming usually on February, March, April, and the rest of the month. So based on that, if we go back to the charts, we go to the monthly, you can see monthly, the first month of the year, January, is bearish. Maybe, maybe I said maybe if we get some good demand on economic data, it's possible that we could find some setup on at the beginning of February. So and then we could start to buy natural gas. So let's go down to daily. So all I want to see, let me delete that. So we are in demand right now, but we have the daily order flow is still bearish. So I need at least my 4 hour daily order flow to shift, plus the good economics data as I show you in the beginning, and then I will start to buy this natural gas. So this is a setup I'm looking. I keep my eye on this natural gas, which will be very interesting to swing to the upside. Okay, that's it. The end of the video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. This will help me know that you really appreciate my content. So thank you for watching. Have a nice trading week and be careful on the market. It was Josue, the part-time trader. I'm out.